What's good, everybody? This is the homie Connie Westside, man. I am joined today by my best friend, my road dog, the homie with the swag himself, Mr. Rondé, aka Mr. Savage. What up, bro?
Yo, what's good? AC on the. What happened?
I mean, you know, they're gonna see you in the background. All right, so as y'all know, this is a quarantine Saturday. You know,
man, don't start that.
This is squad stay in. You know, say the whole entire squad's here. You know what I mean? You're. You know, so the squad's here today, man. Yeah, dog. So we got a lot to talk about, man. You know, we don't really do podcasts like that with each other, but when we do, we make it epic. So what's up, Rondé, man? What you got today, bro?
Free agency. You already know.
Now, if y'all didn't know, Rondé is the man when it comes down to football and football activities. This guy likes to.
Big facts.
He likes to, you know, tell us about what's going on in the free agency world and just in the football world, period. Not much of a college guy, but he is all kinds of pro. So what you got, bro?
All right. On the docket, well, you already know. You know, we're gonna talk about the good signings, the standout signings, because a lot of crazy stuff happening, of course. Get to some trades. Overrated signings, because you know there's always those. Some people don't waste money in free agency and you know make their teams worse. You know they think they're making them better. Underrated signings, and then teams who got better or worse.
What teams you think got better
or worse? I say better. I mean, I hate to say the Browns because I mean I already knew they was going to be overrated last year, but the Browns did get better. They got Conklin. Signed Austin Hooper. They signed a safety off the market too, which you know, good for their back end. They already have a pretty good secondary with Denzel Ward, Reed Williams. So they just add to that. Obviously, they're gonna get Myles Garrett back once he stops acting like a maniac. And then obviously Baker Mayfield wasn't good last year. Below average quarterback. 59% completion percentage. Not good enough, obviously. When he has weapons like Odell and Jarvis, and Njoku. But now they got two tight ends since they got a new coach again.
Yeah.
So I'm not really inclined to believe in them, but I mean they did go 7-9, so you have to expect some type of improvement. Maybe a 9-17, but it's a tough division. You know, there's the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Rodgers coming back with the Steelers. Nobody expects anything out of the Bengals, but they're getting Joe Burrow. So,
I mean, how excited how excited are the Bengal fans right now, man? They getting Joe Burrow right now. I don't know. I mean, they keeping AJ Green. So
they should let him hit free agency, but Joe Burrow made that call real quick.
Yeah, like, hey man,
keep AJ Green.
You know, you don't keep AJ Green, I'm not coming. Yeah, man. Another one that happened, man. Well, there's two big ones that happened. I say big ones because your boy Slade is going into your Eagles, man.
We're gonna get to that.
Your boy Slade going to the Eagles, man. So you gotta work up.
Yeah. So team. We gotta talk about your team because I think they got better.
Oh yeah.
Byron Jones.
Oh,
yeah. I wanted him as an Eagle, but he went to Miami. No state income tax.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful women, sunshine weather, club live, the whole nine. After the Dolphins were terrible this past season. Obviously, defense was the worst I've ever seen in my life. But needless to say, you got the highest cornerback cap hit with Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. I mean, I get Byron Jones don't get them out to get the interceptions and all that, but he locks down his half of the field, only giving up 53% completion into his coverage the last 2 years. I mean, he only got 2 picks in his whole career, but he's versatile. He can play safety, he can play corner. He fits the coverage that y'all like to play because Brian Flores comes from that Bill Belichick injuries, so it's going to be a lot of man coverage.
I think Flores is doing something great right now, man, and I'm excited at what he's about to bring to the table, man. With these signings, and then on top of that, we looking good in the draft. Now, one rumor I did hear is that they're looking to shop our draft picks right now. And I'm like, yo, don't do that. We still need those because there's still somebody in the draft that I'm trying to get because we did this tanking for Tua, so I'm hoping that we get Tua.
Whoa. That's if the Redskins don't take Tua.
That's if the Redskins don't take
Hearing that shopped around that idea.
That's terrible, man. I feel like they're about to waste Dwayne Haskins, man. We could have had Dwayne Haskins last year, developed him. He could have been our quarterback of the future, but no, we wanted to pass on that and just go team.
Christian Wilkins.
Man, Christian Wilkins. Oh, we can't say the N-word. I'm sorry. The dude that do splits. The dude that does splits, no. I don't want the dude that does splits, man.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, come on now. He's an interior defensive lineman. You need that in today's NFL. It is what it is. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he can rush the passer. It just wasn't.
That's cool, but what? All right. I can see a significant difference on the D-line, yes. But at the same time, like, we need to score points, make some moves,
And Haskins wouldn't have done that in the environment that he was in. The Redskins are a terrible franchise too, but
yeah, I know how terrible they are.
Well, I told you about their terrible franchise. But needless to say, like Haskins, I don't see the problem if the Redskins get rid of Haskins because it's too attack. Like he's a way better talent than Dwayne Haskins. Way better arm, athleticism is way better decision making, experienced, winner, intangibles. Those things I feel like. I mean, he is more undersized, of course, in the injury history. But I mean, when you have that type of talent, I mean, you can't just go risking their 2 overall pick. But I think you can bank on Tua being a much better quarterback in the NFL than Dwayne Haskins, but the Redskins got a problem because Chase Young is going to be there too.
Redskins do have a problem. They do have an issue right now.
So I don't know, but I think overall y'all got better. I like the way the secondary is coming together. I like the Jordan Howard signing, especially for cheap. So I mean, I definitely think that y'all got better. Bills. What about the Bills?
Oh,
just getting Stephon Diggs alone. First round he went for a first rounder.
Man,
they got a haul for him as opposed to what the Texans got for Hopkins. Ludicrous. Bill O'Brien got to be fired, but we gonna get to that.
Oh boy.
But the Cardinals and the Bills just got bona fide number 1 receivers.
Right.
Hopkins may be the best receiver in the league, and Diggs, that man.
I mean, first of all, that's big because you're about to replace the aging Larry Fitzgerald, man. I mean, he's been Mr. Reliable for years, and now he's coming into age, and we don't know when he's gonna retire. So for them to get somebody like him, D-Hop, come on, man.
I think. Well, I mean, when you just look at their weapons, though, like you have D-Hop, you have Christian Kirk, and then you have Andy Isabella, who's a speedster.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you got Larry Fitzgerald playing slot. It's like, that's good. And then you saw when you trade King and Drake there that he started balling a little bit more. I mean, the Cardinals still need offensive line help, but the Bills, I like what they did against Stephon Diggs. They didn't have a number 1 receiver last year, so that's big. Granted, I mean, Josh Allen's not the most accurate quarterback all the time, but he's a playmaker, so I mean, I think they can figure it out as far as that. But the Bills definitely got better, and now Tom Brady's out the AFC East. It's like it's their division for the taking. Honestly, the Dolphins are still going to be still probably a year or 2 away from making noise. The Jets, Lord knows what's going on there, and then the Patriots, they don't got no quarterback, so. Their team already wasn't that talented as is, so they're probably gonna at best be I mean, you still gotta believe Bill Belichick's gonna win games. So I mean, you could probably say they're gonna come in second, but I don't think that they could. There's no way they should come in first with the talent and the coaching that the Bills have. There's just no way. So I mean, I look at the Bills. I think they got way better. Just like that one move alone, just getting Stephon Diggs, and then I think they also got Josh Norman, which he reunites with Sean McDermott, his former defensive coordinator. So I feel like that's big because we saw his play starting to slip the last 2 years. But he's gonna fit better in that zone scheme that Sean McDermott likes to run. So that's gonna be interesting to see. And that also takes them out of the market for a receiver because the Bills were probably gonna draft a receiver in this receiver deep draft. So that's something too.
Man, all right. So big signings. Let's talk. I want to get to the big elephant in the room, and that's Tampa Bay getting Tom Brady. First off, what it looked like for a minute, it looked like Tom Brady was going to go ahead. Oh, we're going to get Tom Brady. Got Tom Brady. Now we're going to get AP. Yo, you know who else is out there? Oh, we might get Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley winds up signing with Atlanta, and then AB is still sitting on the couch. So
not getting signed by.
Bruh, hey man, Tom Brady make it happen. I believe
Bruce
Tom
Arians is not gonna. Bruce Arians has already coached AB, and he knows that man is a maniac. He is not gonna sign Antonio Brown. That's not happening.
He was not a maniac. He was not a maniac when I don't know.
Dude,
I can't say.
From a year ago until now,
I can't say.
This man has been acting crazy. No, he's not getting signed by them people. No, he's not getting signed by the Bucks.
Hey guys, we want to take a break real quick. All right, we're back.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we had to pay some bills real quick. No, let me stop.
Tom Brady. That's
Tom
what
Brady.
About.
Yeah. On the Brady tip, man.
So yeah, I mean, they're not signing AB. That's not gonna happen. Bruce Arians has already been through that. He's not signing him, even though the connection is there with Tom and AB. I don't think it's gonna happen. And plus, he got a bunch of legal stuff to get sorted out first. So there's no guarantee when he's gonna get on the field. And plus, teams are going to see that he's a changed person. Like he can do all these interviews and all this stuff and try to apologize, but we've kind of seen this story before, so it's gotta teams gotta know. Yes, he's had outlashes on social media, and then he'll take it back and apologize, and then act crazy again.
Well, I mean,
he can't go
all in one summer. I mean, we talk about
this is over the course of the whole season. Like he was doing this, and then even after the season was over, so he's not a trustworthy individual.
Bro, he was acting like one of the girlfriends that you broke up with, and she's salty, but she know how to be around. She know how to be cordial with how the breakup went. You know what I'm saying? All that.
No, bro.
He was just acting out, brother. I mean, I would too, man. I'm the best thing you ever had. Bro. The best thing you ever had. You cut me. Oh, so he say, she say stuff. I mean, I get it. I get why he is, in the position he's in. I get it.
We getting off topic. He ain't gonna be playing for a while, and the Bucks definitely don't even need to sign him anyways. So getting back to the real main topic of what we're talking about, of Tom Brady getting signed by the Bucks. I thought he was actually gonna sign with the Chargers.
No.
I would have I think it would have been
San Francisco.
No, that was not happening.
I thought San Fran.
Y'all were Y'all were
doing the childhood dream.
Y'all were getting fooled into these narratives by these media people because Jimmy G. Y'all people are so quick to get on Jimmy G, man. Y'all so quick. Y'all would have, and they could have got out from his contract. I get it, so it would have made sense. But you want to put Tom Brady with a bunch of these young guys for 1, maybe 2 years? And Jimmy G can give you 7, 8, 9 more years of quality quarterback play?
First off,
number one.
What was quality about Jimmy G in this doggone Super Bowl? Nothing.
He was playing good in the Super Bowl until the game got tight, and then Patrick Mahomes ran him down like the Ferrari he is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're talking about, there is a sequence of plays that I reference even on my podcast. Like, Well, first, Kyle Shanahan at the end of the half, inexcusable. A minute 40 and then call no timeouts, didn't do nothing, but then want that PI call that went against Kittle revoked. Like, that was PI. He pushed out twice. I'm sorry. You can't convince me otherwise, but it's a subjective call. But Jimmy G missed that long throw to Sanders when he beat double coverage. Mm-hmm. Then he missed Kittle, who was wide open in the middle of the field. Then one ball got batted down by Chris Jones. Like, though, that's just a sequence of plays. Like, if he hits that one throw, we're not even talking about Jimmy G. If he hits that one throw to Sanders, we're not even talking about this right now. They probably win the Super Bowl. Right. But everyone, we're so prisoner of the moment, we overreact. Tom Brady's arm has dissipated. Regardless of what you say, his play has slipped. And in the 49ers offense, you need to have some type of mobility. And Tom Brady is not the guy that you want. He'd much rather step up than have to slide and go outside the pocket. That's what teams want him to do. So I think in the instance, like in the 49ers offense, it's a zone-based running scheme offense. Mm-hmm. And when you're having bootleg play action out of that, you need someone who can roll out and be somewhat mobile. Jimmy G's not like Lamar Jackson or nothing, but he has wheels enough to at least have a threat to run. And so I don't even like the fit of Tom Brady being there.
I only said it because it was a childhood dream.
Okay, but
you want him to be there because it was childhood dream.
But there's
we know he's gonna fit. Boom. We know all that.
No. But they could have got out. But Jimmy, even with the contract, they could have got out from under it.
Even with the Chargers.
That was a good fit.
No, you said it was a good fit. The Chargers were going to change their offense around. Nah. They were already thinking about changing the offense around.
I think Tom Brady didn't want that smoke with Patrick Mahomes. I think he was scared. I think he's scared because Patrick Mahomes.
He's coming to the NFC South.
The NFC is harder than the AFC. Now look how many teams are in it, dude. The Eagles are there once we get a couple more receivers. The Cowboys are the Cowboys are a more talented team than the Eagles, but the Cowboys have a bad team.
What you mean?
Don't even start with that trash, bro. That's why he ain't been picked up by nobody. He ain't got no home yet. And don't even get me started. Look, Eagles and Cowboys are in the NFC East. Then you got the Packers, you got the Bears, and you got the Vikings in one division. That's already 5 teams. These are playoff caliber teams, mind you. Then we get to the Seahawks and the 49ers. That's 7 teams. And we didn't got to the NFC South yet when we talking about the Saints, potentially, the Falcons, if they could just ever get their act together. And then we talk about the Bucks. We're talking about a legit 10 teams in the NFC. How many teams in the AFC are legit contenders? The Chiefs, the Ravens, and that's it.
You're making a big thing of this. Okay?
I'm saying as far as fit. I'm talking because what is Tom Brady's objective? To get to the Super Bowl. I'm saying if you want to get to the Super Bowl, I think his best bet would have been with the Chargers.
Honestly, I don't think it's getting to the Super Bowl no more. I think his best. I think he just wants to get to. I can still play till I'm 45. He just want to hit that. He want to hit that ceiling and say he hit it and say he was successful at it and then retire and be like, yo, I'm still the greatest to ever do this.
Stop.
Like. That's all it was. It wasn't anything too big or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna harp on that too much, man.
Stop, dude.
Anyway,
let's get go.
No. Let's get to Slade and this trade.
We need to go back. We need to circle back because this is a big thing for the NFL. Tom Brady is playing in Tampa Bay. Let's just look at the team comparison because. Overall, because offensive-wise, I'll give you the Bucks. But we talk about a collection of the team in total. Let's break this down. Tom Brady has way better weapons now. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, both over 1,000-yard receivers. O.J. Howard got talent, but he's been underutilized. And Bruce Arians' offense doesn't necessarily use the tight end. Got Cameron Brate too. Running game, Chargers. Mike Williams.
Don't let me get started on the wide receivers. Go ahead.
The Chargers with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
Oh,
yeah. And then they just re-signed Austin Eckler, so they got a running game. They had a decent offensive line. But let's look at the comparison of defenses. Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram up front, pass rushers, which is what you need to contend for a Super Bowl. The Bucks only have Shaq Barrett. We wondering whether that's an anomaly that he led the league in sacks now. I don't think it is. But Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram are both better than Shaq Barrett. Let's just keep it all the way 1,000. Linebacker core, you got me. But let's look at the Chargers secondary. They might have said best secondary in the league now with Casey Hayward, Desmond King, Chris Harris just signed there, and they got the best safety in the league, Derwin James. Come on now, bro.
FSU, Florida State, all day.
Come on out, bro. You telling me that scenario and the LA weather, where he can promote his TB12 program, that would have been. Dream. That would have been
the dream spot. That's the dream spot.
I'm talking about overall collection of team, but if we just talk about offense, I'll give you the Bucks because they got 4 legit weapons.
Now let me get my theory on why Evans and Godwin was so successful.
Please,
it's James Winston.
Stop.
All right, so people out there that are on our channel, man, shout out to my team, my boy, shout out to the AC podcast. Bro, y'all gotta understand, James Winston is a gunslinger. So when you gunslinging, you throwing the ball.
He's not a good quarterback.
Bro, you got Tom Brady. He's gonna read his progressions. He's gonna be like, okay, you can't get in that hole. Well, let me fit in the hole. The receivers that Tom Brady's about to inherit are not those type of receivers that, we're looking for structure. They always been into a crappy situation when it came down to a quarterback. They won't be used to the quarterback, the caliber of quarterback that Tom Brady is. So, I mean, they might get used to it later down the line.
You're overestimating. You're
gonna at least drop 5 games due to your offense.
You're gonna drop 5 games due to their offense with Tom Brady?
Yes.
First off, let's get this clear. Tom Brady. First off, the Bucs defense will be a lot better just for the sheer fact that the ball is being thrown to the other team 30 times. James Winston throwing a 30, ESPN 30 for 30. Get out of here. Number 1. Number 2.
Don't get mad.
Number 2.
No, don't give me that. The reason why they were that successful because James Winston was slinging that.
And where did that
slinging that O? I said O.
And where did that get them? 7 and 9.
But he was slinging the ball.
And how many games did they lose because he?
They lost 9 games. They lost a lot of 9 games.
And how many of those games are winnable games? The 49ers game was winnable until he threw a pick 6. The Colts game was winnable until he threw a pick 6. They lost to the Texans. They lost to the Panthers in London because he had 6 turnovers.
Okay.
Serving up apple turnovers and peach turnovers. Okay. Get out of here.
Now keep in mind, how many of those balls were hit the receiver in the hand, flipped up, and it was an anomaly pick.
Bro.
A lot of them were anomaly picks. A lot of them were like wide receivers didn't finish in the routes.
You know,
let Tom Brady get a hold of Godwin because he didn't finish a route. Let him get a hold. Let him get a hold of 13 because he didn't finish a dog route. Let him get a hold of him.
You know it's not an anomaly. Having over 100 turnovers since 2015, that's not an anomaly. That's called a turnover-prone quarterback.
And keep in mind, the boy was blind out there. The boy was blind out there, bro.
Let's move on.
The boy.
Let's move on. The boy was blind. That's when we gonna use that as an excuse. How do you turn the ball over 100 times and we are just chalking that up to you being blind, dude? Get out of here. I'm done. We're moving on. I can't take any more of this. That's an asinine. That's just asinine. I'm done.
Okay. All right. So we got into it with Brady and the Bucks. Let's talk about the Slay trade. Slay is now an Eagle. He is one of the top defensive backs.
He's a top 10 corner.
Top 10 corner. Not only that, he was playing with a really pedestrian team in
a trash team.
A pedestrian team.
A trash team. The Lions are another bad franchise.
Detroit. Look, this is the reason why. Oh my God, this is the reason why I wanted to go to Detroit so bad. I wanted to play for Detroit so bad because I knew if I shine, I was gonna get the money. I was gonna do big things, and then I was gonna go off to a team, and everybody was gonna pay me a whole bunch of money, and I was gonna do a free agent thing. No, I ain't go to that team with the Jaguars. Anyway, I'm upset. I'm so upset, man, at the fact that he goes to Detroit. He's balling out, and you get the guy that you get a guy that balls out. He looks desirable. What if you see our team sucks?
He's not.
But what if?
There is no what if.
But what if?
He's not.
Remember last time y'all had the dream team? Y'all had a
first off, hold on. Let's get a couple things straight of why we've had bad luck with corner. Let's get things straight.
Y'all had Kamari and all. Come get out here.
Dominique Rogers. Let's get one thing straight of why these our secondary has been trashed for so long. Nnamdi Asomugha, DRC were used incorrectly. First off, so let's just, if you get used incorrectly, if you're not used the same way you were used when you had success as a corner, you are going to fail. Let's just get that out the way right now. Then we move to the Kerry Williams and Bradley Fletcher era of Eagles corners. The worst corners I have ever seen in my life until we got to this season where we had Ronald Darby, who people are convinced is something that he's not.
He's a good corner. What are you talking about?
Good?
He's good.
Is he still? He's still a free agent.
He's not great.
If you're a good corner, he's a good corner. Why is he not signed yet?
He's not great. He's good.
He's not good. He's an average cornerback. That's what he is. He's not good. He's a C corner. And then we get to Jalen Mills, overrated. That's why we switched him to safety.
He's a CB.
Trash. Anyways, Jalen Mills, we re-signed him on a 1-year deal, but we were switching him to safety because we got rid of Malcolm Jenkins. So I mean, that's the position he came out of college playing. So I don't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know how that's going to work on the back end with him and McLeod because they're both free safeties essentially. So I don't know how that's going to work. But needless to say, that then you have Rasul Douglas, who is slower than everybody in this apartment right now. Except maybe you.
Bro,
he runs a 4. Bro, he runs like a 4.6. Get out of here. You probably run like a 4.80. Get out of here. Anyways, and then you get to Sidney Jones, who the team evaluated and said was a top 10 pick coming out of the draft. You spent a second-round pick on him, and he is buns. So all I'm saying is, and then when you look at our defensive scheme, it is terrible because it relies heavily on defensive pressure, and when you have no corners that can hold up for 2 seconds to cover routes, then the pass rush doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter if you have Von Miller and Lawrence Taylor. You're not going to get to the quarterback if your corners can't hold up in coverage, especially in today's pass-happy league. You need corners. And so when, people I always get messages like, oh, are you happy you got a corner now? I'm satisfied, but I'm not happy, no, because we don't have another corner. Who's playing opposite him? Darius Slay is elite. I'll give you that. He travels with number ones. He shut down Amari. He shut down.
He did shut down Amari Cooper. Boy,
he traveled with number one receivers 86% of the time this year. So I'm not going to knock him. So I mean, clearly he can play man. He can play zone. He fits in our coverage. He fits our coverage philosophy as far as playing cover 1, cover 3 most of the time with Jim Schwartz, but we all know in a Jim Schwartz team, it relies on the defensive pressure. Right. I do like our other signing, Javon Hargrave from my Pittsburgh Steelers, because he was getting underutilized, and that's because our D-line is stacked with Hayward and Stephon Tuitt and Tyson Alulu. So, of course, he's not going to get as much playing time, but I think the defensive pressure should be better. There's also rumors that the Eagles are interested in Yannick Ngakoue. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm not really sure I would.
I mean, it's good.
No, I don't.
It's good.
But the Jaguars want a first-round pick for him. I'm not willing to give that up because we need a receiver. Look, the defense is trash. It was trash this year, but we still need a receiver because my thing is, since you invested money in Carson Wentz, and you have an offensive head coach, you have to give him weapons.
Do y'all get another quarterback too? Just in case.
Don't.
No.
We re-signed Nate Sudfeld.
Huh?
We re-signed Nate Sudfeld.
I don't even know who that is.
Look.
I don't even know who
Don't worry about it. He won a game against Washington a couple
I don't know who that is, bro.
Don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it.
First off, y'all got a champion in Nick Foles.
He is overrated.
The champion.
We're gonna get to him because he got traded to the Bears.
Y'all got a champion in Nick Foles.
He's overrated.
Yeah, he's overrated, but your champion is Nick Foles, bro.
We don't need him.
No. He gave y'all your first Super Bowl.
And who put him in position to be successful? Carson Wentz. Everyone's just supposed to undermine him.
Bro, Wentz ball out. Wentz was on fire that year. I mean, on fire, bro. He got into that last couple games, hurt his dog on knee, tore that ACL. Who comes in? The Great White Hope. They call him
First off,
they call him BD.
First off, let's begin this all the way.
Mr. Nick Foles, man.
Let's get this all the way clear.
The Great White Hope.
The Eagles are favored in any game in the playoffs because Nick Foles was quarterback.
And you know what?
And they had the number one seed. They had the number one seed, and no one was picking them to go to the Super Bowl.
And you know what? Man, I think I still got the footage. You on the freaking car.
So
celebrating because your hero Nick Foles got your.
I was not celebrating because he was. First off, he's not my hero and will never be. I appreciate what he did, but he's overrated, and we had to get rid of him. It's just that simple. But Darius Slay, I like the addition. I think he's gonna change the secondary because having a number one corner just changes your entire defense. So I like that, but I still want to see the Eagles get someone else, like another corner in the secondary. Maybe someone like Logan Ryan, but he says he's not willing to take less than $10 million. So I don't think that's gonna shake. Maybe Xavier Rhodes. His play's been god awful the last 2 years, but I think like our defensive scheme can fit with his strengths as far as like zone and then the mix of cover one man and whatnot. So I think he'd be a good addition. Obviously on the cheap, I would have liked to see Desmond Trufant, but the Lions obviously signed him and then traded Slay away, which really doesn't make any sense because Desmond Trufant's not better than Darius Slay. But yeah, I mean that's where I'm looking at it. I want to get to the Ravens. They had two big signings: Michael Brockers and Calais Campbell.
Man. And those were two.
Oh, speaking of, we'll get to that in a second. We about to talk about the Bears. The guy you was just talking about? No, the guy from the Steelers. Artie Burns.
Is going to the Bears?
Yeah.
Hey, my dog Artie Burns out there. Shout out to the guy.
But let's get to the. All right, we're gonna talk about the Bears next. Nick Foles and Artie Burns. But needless to say, Michael Brockers and Calais Campbell. Those are big additions. Those are big additions up front, because the Ravens already got one of the best secondaries in the league.
Yeah.
So they get that interior pressure up front with Brandon Williams, Calais Campbell, and Michael Brockers, and then they franchise tag Matt Judon. Hopefully they don't trade him because they don't have no edge rushers if they do that. But you got Matt Judon coming off the edge, Calais Campbell, and Michael Brockers pushing the pocket, with also Brandon Williams, and they still got Earl Thomas and Marlon Humphreys in the lead corner with Marcus Peters on the other side, Brandon Carr in the slot. Ravens are stacked, man, on both sides of the ball. I think they learned their lesson because they got ran over by Derrick Henry, so they're trying to beef up the interior. So I think those are some big signings to me.
Well, before we go on, I want to get on to some notable signings so far. You have Ha Clinton Dix. He is going to
Cowboys. That's a very good signing for them. They need a safety.
You got Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron is with.
That was one of my underrated signings, the Steelers.
Yeah, with your boys, the Steelers. And then Melvin Gordon going to the Broncos.
We gotta talk about this run. We gotta talk about these running backs, man.
Yeah,
the value of running backs. Because I keep telling people about this.
We'll get there. And then another one is your boy Emmanuel Sanders going to
another underrated signing. That's a very good signing.
So bro, we got plenty of players to talk about. That's what makes it a good squad stay in, man.
Another interior player, DeForest. What did you think about DeForest Buckner getting traded to the Colts for a first?
I was all for it.
I like the beat. The Colts are just they're just a smart team. Like they build, they have good talent. Like their offensive line I think their offensive line is the best in the league.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then now they're building their defensive line.
Quentin Williams.
Anthony Costanzo, Ryan Kelly, they're just solid.
It's a solid.
Yeah, that's a solid line for sure. All they need is a quarterback. Phillip Rivers going there. No. I'm not for that.
I think they get love in the draft, bro. They draft.
Are they gonna get love? Those gonna get drafted in the first round. They have a first round pick.
They don't have a first round.
They traded Buckner for. Buckner. I mean, it's a good trade, but I thought they were going to be one of the teams that would have drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm saying they'll get love, and then they'll have love as a backup.
I mean, I guess they're thinking, they're trying to go for it now while also building because they're a really young team.
Well,
so
question: do you think Love actually comes out the first round?
Bro, come on now.
No.
I think they do. I think the quarterbacks are going. I think the quarterbacks like Love, Herbert, Tua, and Burrow, they're all going first.
I know, but look, think about everything that happened in the past like 5 years of like drafting. Yes, you had the 1 year where you drafted all the quarterbacks with Lamar Jackson being the best quarterback.
I told you he was. I'm still mad the Steelers didn't draft him. I told you this. I told you
quarterback in that group. Oh man, the best quarterback in that group. And then you had, but like he had to be the one to fall all the way down.
Because there were questions about him, and I didn't really feel like I didn't feel that.
Questions about him.
No, you had questions about his arm and stuff, but I don't think I felt like he could succeed in the NFL. Like that's why I wanted the Steelers to take him because I'm like, yo, this guy, he's different. He's just different. He's just different. We saw it this year, like his improved throwing motion, like his accuracy is deadly. Like he's not getting enough credit for how accurate he is. Granted, he doesn't throw 40 passes a game or nothing like that, but this man, he'll go like 24 or 27 for like 300, and then he'll give you another 150 rushing the ball like 15, 20 times. Like this guy, he's special. That's why I'm still mad about that. We took Terrell Edmonds. I'm never gonna live that down. I'm gonna be sick about that for the next 15 or so years because he's also in my division. So we got the defensive players. We were the best defense again. We played the best defense against them last year. So I'll take that to my bank. But needless to say, I think the Ravens are set up for success good. The Colts, I don't like the Phillip Rivers signing that much. He's just not that good to me. And I've already kind of said that before. Like he's overrated. All you said he's better than Ben Roethlisberger. Shame on you and you. Because you said that.
I did say it to everybody. I'm looking right in the camera. I'm just letting everybody know I did say that.
But, yeah. So, Bears, bro. Nick Foles. Trade to Bears. Trying to create competition with Mr. Trubisky. What do we think about this?
Bears still want to draft a quarterback, right? I'm just asking.
Why would they? I don't even think they don't have a first rounder this year, dude.
Bro.
They traded 2 first rounders for Khalil Mack.
You still can find a quarterback in the draft.
Conrad.
You still can find.
So you're saying
you might get like the best one, but you can find one.
Conrad. See, this is why we need me on the show because I'm the person. If I could be a GM in the NFL, for real, because this guy does not know what he's talking about. You have to allocate resources correctly. You have Mitchell Trubisky, who's already on a first-round contract. You have Nick Foles, who you're taking on his contract for the next 3 years. Well, it's really 2. The third year, it's like an option. But you have so much money tied up in quarterback. You're going to draft another quarterback when you need probably a receiver. You need O-line help. You need a running back. You probably need another corner to replace Prince Mukamara, who's on the other side. You need to get a safety to replace Adrian Amos. Because I don't know who's back there, Deion Bush. He's okay, but Eddie Jackson, he's elite, but come on now. And then you probably need someone up front. Although the Bears did sign, they signed someone to get on the edge. I forget.
Let me see.
I can't remember right now. They got somebody good on the outside, on the edge.
Is a recent signing?
It was like the first day of free agency.
First day?
But they released Leonard Floyd because of it, though.
Okay.
So, but needless to say, that's just gonna be. I don't think they could get another quarterback when they have other things they need to address in the draft. Because the Bears didn't make the playoffs this year, and most of that probably falls on Mr. Trubisky. And Matt Nagy, he's from that Andy Reid coaching tree, so I'm sure Nick Foles can do something with him. But I'm just not a big. Nick Foles is an overhyped player to me. Yeah. That Super Bowl win gave him so much cachet that people forget who this guy really is. You had so many people and experts saying, "Oh, he's a starting caliber quarterback in the league." When no, he's not. He is a backup. He is a backup that can come in for a few games and perform, but he's not a guy that can perform.
Robert Quinn.
Yeah, Robert Quinn. Yeah, he had 11.5 sacks with the Cowboys last year. Yeah, their leading sack leader last year. But I just think Nick Foles is a guy who comes in, performs well with no expectations, and then when there are expectations, he folds, which is what I thought he would do in Jacksonville. Now, granted, he got hurt, and I saw the irony of that when people were calling Carson Wentz injury prone, and he got hurt the first game of the season, but then he came back. He got outscored 104 to 40 when he was in the lineup with the Jaguars. That is some abysmal stuff. I'm just saying. So for people to act like Nick Foles is something great, no. He's a 36 to 40 type ranking as far as quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not in the top 32. He's somewhere in that like 36 to 40 range to me. He's a backup, which is what Ryan Fitzpatrick is, a backup.
Right.
So I'm not really enamored with the signing. I don't think the Bears are even going to the playoffs anyway. So it is what it is.
It is. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and talk about these running backs. One of the running backs that I feel like was overvalued, but didn't really get a chance to actually show his real upside. Even though he did show his upside at one point, which is Todd Gurley. I feel as though that they did Todd Gurley wrong.
No, they didn't.
First off, by releasing him.
No, they didn't.
And then they released him on the day where he couldn't get the whole entire guarantee of the cash.
That's why. This is a business. This is a business.
I understand. Look, I understand the business, but at the same time, you gotta look at it like this. Todd Gurley gave you some great moments. Stuff that you can build off of, man.
Stop.
There's things that you still build off of.
Stop.
Now, what kind of running back he's gonna be when he gets to Atlanta, we don't know.
He's only 25. He's still Todd Gurley. Let's just get this all the way clear. When Todd Gurley is healthy, when he's healthy, he's probably the best running back in the league.
Right.
Probably over Saquon. He's nice, but I still pound for pound, I take Gurley over him. But Saquon's more durable. So if you say Saquon Barkley, I won't fault you. But when Todd Gurley is all the way healthy, he's the best running back in the league to me because of what he can do: speed, athleticism, jumping ability, catching ability, rushing ability. He was an MVP candidate at one point. The last time we saw MVP caliber running back was probably Adrian Peterson. So, yeah, exactly. Adrian Peterson, LT type stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I was thinking LT the whole entire time, like LT.
Exactly. And so, I'm just like, running backs are just over. You can't pay. I would never pay more than $8 to $10 million for a running back.
You know what?
Never.
This leads me to say,
never.
Should running backs come out earlier than everybody else?
No, I think that the CBA's already been ratified, so it's kind of what it is.
I know,
but I think what it is, I think to solve the issue, running backs should get more guaranteed money up front on their rookie deals. True. I think that would solve a lot because no team, once you get to free agency, like running back has the shortest shelf life. So once you get all that tread on your tires, especially if you're an elite back, like no one's gonna overpay for Derrick Henry now. No one was. Melvin Gordon held out and he didn't get close to anything to what he thought he was gonna get on the open market.
That was hilarious.
And Melvin Gordon's not even the Melvin Gordon is a tier below Todd Gurley, Saquon, guys like that. So there's no way he was gonna get that type of money.
Coming out the draft, they talked about him so much when he was coming out.
He's a good back.
He's a good back.
He's just not elite.
He's not elite. That's what I'm saying. Like
he's second tier.
They talked about him like he was Eric Dickerson. Like they talked about him like he was that dude. And keep in mind, Eric Dickerson, if you know anything about Eric Dickerson, bro was a boss, a beast. No one could catch him. Physical running back coming out of Texas. I mean, SMU running back, man. He's part of the Pony Express. They talked him up like he was him. And you got a guy that was in the Wisconsin offense with really big, with one of the best offensive lines that will always come through college football. Bro.
I think the problem is that teams would keep drafting running backs in the first round. And so once you as a team, you use a first round pick because you don't want to lose that investment because those are like That's the highest percentage you have to hit on a player. Those are 50%. So you can imagine once you get second, third, fourth round. So when you have elite talents like Gurley going in the first round, Zeke, Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, like those guys are nice. But when I think about the importance to winning a Super Bowl, like I just said it with the 49ers, you don't need no elite running back. If you have a good running back by committee and a good scheme like Kyle Shanahan does, you can rush the ball effectively. Like we see Tevin Coleman, he has a certain skill set. Kyle Shanahan uses that skill set. Raheem Mostert, he uses that skill set. Who else do they have? Matt Breida uses that skill set. And so I think that's the better way to have a running game as a verse to like having one guy when you give him the ball 25, 30 times, because that's not, first off, it's ineffective, first off, because rushing the ball that many times doesn't necessarily lead to success. Like establishing a running game, there's different ways to establish the running game in today's NFL, especially it's a passing league. So you know there's that, but I just would never pay a running back more than $8 to $10 million.
Well, speaking of running backs, there's one running back right now there's two running backs that are coming out this year that we really need to watch out for.
Who?
I mean, and possibly these two guys are possibly the best running backs in the draft. Your boy Taylor from Wisconsin. Nah, boy ran a 4.3 something.
That's cute. That's
cute. But if you saw him going through the drills, and you saw him with the vertical, his vert was 39 and a half, and then you see this guy. He's ripping up the shorts drills, whatever. I know, but another back that you need to watch out for, Cam Akers. Dude, Cam Akers is possibly
first off,
the number one running back in this class.
You are crazy.
He's possibly the best running back coming out.
He is not.
He is possibly the best running back coming out.
He is not. He's the most underrated. Not the best. First off, let's get this all the way clear. J.K. Dobbins
has nothing to get. I'm sorry.
J.K. Dobbins is the best running back in this class.
No way.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes. Yes.
You can't tell me
is the best. J.K. Dobbins is the best running back in this class. Bro, I'm telling you, the best quarterback in the draft to me is Tua. The best running back in the draft to me is J.K. Dobbins. The best receiver in the draft to me is C.D. Lamb. Those are the best guys as far as skill position and quarterback. Those are the best guys in the draft at their positions to me. Jonathan Taylor, he's good, he's nice, but no. I think J.K. Dobbins has the right amount of mix of speed, contact balance, power. He can run in between tackles, run outside. He's got home run ability, and he's a finisher. Like all that. I think he's way better than Jonathan Taylor to me. Cam Akers, I get what you're saying. He's an underrated back, but the top three backs to me is probably Dobbins, Taylor, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, if Travis Etienne was coming out, I'd probably say he's the best back in the draft because he is just a different talent.
Oh, that boy different. But I thought he was coming out too.
Yeah, but then he stayed for a senior season.
That boy different.
So I can't fault him for that. But I mean, Cam Akers, he's good, and I think a team's actually going to get it. I think he's going to be a steal as far as running backs because of the O line that he was playing behind. He had all that production because FSU's O line is like one of the worst.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's not the best though.
Imagine if he had a good line in front of him.
I agree with you, but I don't think his talent level matches Dobbins or even Taylor. I think he's faster than Helaire, so of course, like I think he can be a better like overall back than Helaire, and like he does have receiving ability. Yeah. But I think Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins are like the A+ guys, and Cam Akers has like a ceiling of being like an A guy. Like he has a ceiling to be an elite back, but I don't think he's in that echelon right now. I think he's gonna be an underrated. I think he's gonna be like kind of how Alvin Kamara was like underrated coming into the draft. Like granted, they're two different type of backs, but I think you can get him like in the third round. He's turning like one of those elite guys because I think Alvin Kamara is one of the best backs in the league.
Another guy I was thinking about, the most overrated guy has to be Swift from out of Georgia. I think Swift.
He's not overrated. He's just small.
He's the most overrated.
He can be an Alvin Kamara type.
He's the most overrated back.
He's not overrated. You're crazy.
Man. Anyway, let's let's go ahead and finish this out, man. So, overall, man, what do you think about the moves that's been happening in the NFL so far? Who's your A plus and who's your Fs?
I mean, A plus. I mean, I like the addition of Buckner to the Colts. I actually like Bridgewater to the Panthers. We need to talk about Cam, but I like that.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Cam.
We need to talk about Cam, but we get to it in a second. But I like that addition. I like obviously Slay and Hargrave to the Eagles. Those are good additions for the defense. I like Hopkins. Like, we gotta give Hopkins and Diggs like the respect. Like, those are A plus signings. As far as Fs, I mean, I don't really know because we haven't seen like. I wanted to see like some of the receivers, like what they were gonna get, like Robbie Anderson. I wanted to see like the type of pay he was gonna get because I feel like he's one of those guys that would have got overpaid, but he hasn't got signed yet. So I feel like that's kind of indicative of kind of how the market's playing out for him. Also, like Clowney's market has materialized the way people thought it would. I think he's like an elite talent, but I mean, you know, there's the injury questions with a player like him, and there's also like the question of the sack numbers as well.
Right.
So I think that's something. I think as far as more overrated signings, I mean, I don't think there's that many because I don't think there's that many because I think teams are spending smarter now. Mm-hmm. I think teams are spending a lot smarter now because they recognize. Well, number one, the salary cap went up, but number two, like we just saw, like with the Super Bowl, like if you invest properly, you can win. Like you invest like the 49ers as far as investing in the defensive line, investing in getting a number one corner, Richard Sherman, drafting well, and also having a stable quarterback and a complete amount of receivers as opposed to like just reaching for elite talent, reaching for this, overpaying for this. Like someone was saying like Byron Jones like was getting overpaid, and I'm like, the premium on the corner, like the premium on corners is so thin. Like getting a number one corner is so hard, and those guys are so rare.
It's hard. It's hard. I understand how hard it is, but it's one of those. It's one of those things where corner is such a hit and miss position. Like you might get a corner that's physical but can't cover. You might get a corner that can cover but
doesn't tackle well.
And then you wind up getting, you know, that oh my God, that all around corner. You know what I mean? You know, he ain't great here, but he's good here. He ain't great there, but he's good, you know, in other things.
I think one overrated signing was the amount of the contract that Amari got.
Oh.
That $100 million
for
5 years.
He's the $100 million man.
The Cowboys were gonna have to over.
How much of that is guaranteed?
I think 60 something.
60 guaranteed.
I mean, he's the highest paid receiver now. I'm pretty sure, like over Michael Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, he's not Michael Thomas, but Amari's got that type of ability. But it's just it comes and goes with him.
Amari is different.
Amari's not better than Michael Thomas.
He's different.
Please elaborate.
Amari is different. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he's different.
Amari at one point when he was at Alabama.
We going back to college?
Got to, bro.
We going back to college?
At one point when he was at Alabama, yeah, we won against one of their top defensive backs, bro. And that defensive back wound up going first round, of course. And when I tell you, he told them straight up, like, yo, look, man, if I'm catching on you, I can't help that. You know what I'm saying? If you can slow me down just a little bit, you are better than everybody out here. Bro, Amari is just different. Amari gonna get open. Amari's fast. Amari has hands. Now, given that he did struggle when he was in, you know, to the West.
The
Raiders. I call it to the West because for some reason they don't know if they want to be in Las Vegas.
They're going to be in Las Vegas this year.
Okay, we'll see.
They'll be in Las Vegas this year.
I mean, yes, they're scheduled to go to Las Vegas this year. But what I'm saying is, he struggled out there. And now he's coming. Now he comes into the Cowboys offense. You got Dak throwing in the ball. Dak not even being an elite quarterback. Dak's not even an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback, not elite. Heck, sometimes
he deserves his money.
He deserves his money. He does deserve his money. But you know what I mean? Like it's just that he comes in and he shows why he's a good wide receiver. Now, imagine if he goes. Imagine if Tom Brady would have went to the Cowboys.
No.
Tom Brady went to the Cowboys. He was throwing the ball like boom, right there, bro. You know what I'm telling you?
No.
Or just imagine if you had a solid quarterback that could just get the ball to him all the time.
So you're saying Amari's not better because of Dak?
Huh?
Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Amari is still a good wide receiver. Now he's not the best receiver because obviously we all know who the best receiver is, DeAndre Hopkins. But like it's just that he's different to me. He's a different type of player.
No, this dude showed up for home games and then road games. You couldn't find him. He'll have games for 150 and then games where he catches like one ball for 2 yards. Like no, bruh. And then don't tell me he's not different. He's not different. He's not different. I'm gonna tell you why he's not different. You can't tell me you're different and you're getting shut down so bad by a corner that you check out of the game. No, Steven Gilmore made this man tap out. Made him throw in the towel. You are not a different type of receiver. If you're a receiver, you gotta have some dog in you. And he doesn't have that in him. He does not. And you're not gonna sit here and convince me that he's different. He's a good talent and he's a good receiver. But to say he's different, and he's not different. He's different the other direction. If you're talking about different, because no, he's checking out of games. He has good hands, he has good speed, but sometimes he has mental lapses, and there's games where he'll just go south and not, be engaged. And when I'm investing $100 million in you, no, I need you locked in all the time. There can't be I know you're gonna show up for 2 games and then 5 games you're gonna go without like 50 yards receiving. Come on now, nah, bro, that's not different. That's inconsistent. Okay. And they had to overpay for him because on the market he would have got way more.
Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, bro. Okay.
All right.
I'm just giving you the facts.
All right. So we're gonna talk Cam talk. Actually, we should talk who's not getting signed. Period. Cam, man. Where's Cam gonna go? Is he gonna be a starter? Is he gonna be a starter next year?
He goes to the Chargers.
Is he gonna be a starter next year?
If he goes to the Chargers. I mean, if we just go down the list of teams that have quarterbacks, I mean, he could go to the Patriots, but I don't see how that kind of fits their mold of offense. So I don't know about that. I mean, the Jets and Bills both have quarterbacks. In Miami, he could come to Miami, but I don't think they would go in that direction. Then you get to everyone in the AFC North, they all have quarterbacks.
I just want somebody to come to Miami, bro.
You get to the AFC South, I mean, the Colts have a quarterback, Jags, Gardner Minshew, however you feel about him, but I mean, they could sign him, but I doubt that happens. They have 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years, so they're probably not even thinking about getting a quarterback. Then Titans re-sign Tannehill, and the Texans have Deshaun Watson. Then everyone in the AFC West has a quarterback except the Chargers. Mm-hmm. The Raiders got Mariota. Broncos got Drew Lock, and then we have Ferrari, Mahomes, and then everybody in the NFC East has a quarterback. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and then Redskins. They may draft a quarterback, or they have Haskins, obviously. Then what we think about the South, everyone has a quarterback now. The North, Lions, Packers, Bears, well, they have 2 quarterbacks now, and then Vikings just re-up with Kirk Cousins, and then you get to the NFC West, there's Russell Wilson, Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, and what's his NFC South? 49ers, Garoppolo. Yeah. So I don't really see where there's a starting job other than New England or the Chargers. Those are the only really opening spots. I mean, I don't know what Jameis is probably going to be a backup this year. If in my opinion, he'll probably be a backup, and he probably needs to be a backup and learn under someone. So, because
there's not many people that can learn under him.
Jameis Winston is not a starting caliber quarterback right now, though. He needs to sit down and learn and try to learn how to be a quarterback and not throw the ball to the other team thinking everyone's wearing his colors.
I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We're on the topic of quarterbacks. The only places where Cam can go is the Chargers in New England. There's no other quarterback slots open. There's no other spots open. Right. And Jameis, I don't think either of those teams would sign him.
Okay. Well, guys, we're over an hour, and the camera's about to go out. But man, I want to say, man, thank you for coming through, bro. It's always good to see you, bro. Your points are always just I don't know, man. You check out the AC podcast, man. You haven't listened, man. AC podcast is one of the dopest things I listen to because when we do our podcast, a lot of my information comes from Rondé. So
I got the facts.
That's how I keep up with people because I listen to Rondé. Man, Rondé, we working on a new look for him too, man. So that new look coming soon. I don't know how you want to do it this time, man. He wants to change up some stuff. So we're working on that new look, man. Also, man, make sure you check out Everything My Team, My Voice, man. And thank you for kicking it, sitting inside with us, man. This is Squads to the End. This your boy Connie Westside, the best side.
Ace, AC, you dig.